There are 5 things that I'm trying very hard to get rid of. These are not serving me any purpose after the age of 50. I just realized that they're more important now than ever to let them go. The first thing would be negativity. I cannot stand negative people. I don't have time for it. I don't have time for negativity. Negativity serves no purpose for me, and I'm absolutely going to remove myself from any situation that causes me to feel like I'm going backwards instead of forwards. I want very much to enjoy every last morsel of the days that I have on this planet, and negativity is not going to support that. I try very hard to stay away from negative people. I think what I'm discovering as I'm aging is that I'm removing myself from situations where I feel like it's not serving me any good. If they're not depositing into my emotional bank account, then I don't need them. I think time is just too precious for us to spend focusing on all the what we don't have and how things aren't going our way. And, more time needs to be spent on what we want and what we enjoy and what we're thankful for. Each day gives us an opportunity to address the good and the bad, but I just tend to not spend as much time in the negative as I possibly can. I think one of the ways that I'm able to avoid negativity is with gratitude. I think gratitude really helps me to keep my focus on what I do have rather than what I don't have. I know a lot of you guys don't know me, but I have 5 brain tumors right now, and I have 5 spinal tumors, and I've lost all my hearing. I had perfect hearing, now I have no hearing, so that's why I wear a cochlear implant. And the things that I've lost have become so enormous that they could bury me, and I try very hard to put into perspective what I do still have so that I don't lose focus. And it helps me to continue to move forward and to cherish the time that I do have on this planet. I spend a lot of time focusing on what I do still have rather than what I've lost. And that gives me perspective and helps me to not dwell on all the negativity. Gratitude really has been life-changing for me, and I want to spend every little morsel of my time being thankful and not focused on what I don't have, because what I do have far surpasses what I don't. And I absolutely am thankful every day for those things and those people. Number 2, one of the things that I've stopped doing, and I think this started a little bit before I was 50, I stopped people pleasing. People pleasing tends to waste way too much time. I'm worried about what people think I look like or what people think I sound like now that I'm deaf, and am I going to be able to answer a phone, and do I sound weird? Am I too loud? Am I too quiet? And I think worrying about that is just a waste of time. I think when you spend a lot of time trying to impress others and please other people, you start to lose who you are. I think when you're focused on pleasing other people all of the time, you lose a little bit of yourself sometimes in all of that. And you put yourself second, you put yourself third, sometimes you put yourself last. And it's a bit challenging when you start to forget who you were all along. People pleasing tends to cause you to do things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily do on a regular day. Things that might sacrifice your values and cause you to become something that you're not. Also, when you're more focused on other, it diminishes how you feel about yourself, because you no longer are worried about what you think. You're only concerned about what other people think. And when you get over 50, that just is not a priority. I think more so probably in my 40s I lost that, where I just didn't care. Sometimes my husband will say, well, are you going to wear that to the store? And I say, I'm not going to the prom. I'm not there to impress anybody. I'm just there to get milk or whatever it is that I'm going to buy. So I think spending less time worried about what other people think is probably better for your health mentally than anything you could do for yourself. When you're not trying to impress others, you're allowing yourself to be authentic. And authenticity is so rare on this planet right now. Like, I'll use my hair, for example. When I record videos, I want to make sure my hair is done and everything looks good. And, now that I'm over 50, I'm like, I'm in Florida. It's hot. My hair is up on a daily basis. This is me. This is me being authentic. This is who I am. Probably the third thing I would say is not trying new things. I think when you get over 50, you have the opportunity now to do some of the things that you have always been fearful of because you thought maybe it would jeopardize the stability that you have going on. But now that your kids are grown and you're kind of on your own and trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do with myself now? Trying through things is a way of life. I mean, I get to reevaluate what is it I enjoy doing. Like, I wanted to raise chickens. I wanted to know what it was like to have chickens. Do I need chickens? No, I don't need chickens. Do I want to try it? Absolutely. And guess what? I did. And I fell madly in love with chickens. I know it sounds crazy, but what is it that you're madly excited about? What is it that makes you jump for joy? And now that I've raised chickens, I'm thinking, like, I kind of want to do some goats, but I don't have the land for goats, so maybe we need to buy more land. I don't need a big house. I don't need a big fancy car. I don't need, all of the luxuries, but I want to try new things. I want to try new places. I want to explore. Like, I'm probably, now that I'm 50, that's a much bigger priority than it was before when I had children to take care of and, carpool and sleepovers and everybody's got to have snacks and this game and that game. And now it's all about me. I'm not anybody's taxi right now. I can taxi myself. So I think not trying new things is gone. I think now we're in the phase of life where I get to try new things. And so can you. What are some of the things that you're thinking about that you'd like to try? Put it down in the comments below. And if you're getting any value out of this video and you're going through some of the similar things that I'm going through right now, feel free to subscribe. Join the channel. Share with us. We want to share ideas right now about what we can do over 50 that we weren't able to do before, and we're getting close to retirement or we're at retirement and we have all this free time now and a little bit extra money. And I love ideas, new ideas. So share with us. Okay. So probably for number 4, it would be ignoring your personal wants. Now, originally when I started writing this down, it was ignoring your personal needs. But, I've spent so much time focused on my needs because I've always made it a point to meet the basic needs. And, everything was always, well, we just got to have what we need because money was always tight and we just couldn't go above that. Now that I don't have children to feed, that I don't have extra expenses that I had before, and I have a lot more time on my hands, I say, what do I want? And that's been a game changer, I think. And so I'm really digging this whole after 50 thing because now I can focus on what it is that I want to do. And I love to go on a car trip and just explore. I love exploring and seeing new things. I don't necessarily need to travel like out of the country. I'm not a big hardcore traveler, but experiencing new things. That's what I want. I want to do new things, and things that I haven't been able to do when I was taking care of my responsibilities and my children, and making sure that the bills are met, and everything is so focused on needs. Now I can explore some of the wants. And I think that's probably one of the greatest things about being over 50 is getting rid of the whole I can't focus on what I want. So now I can, and I'm pretty excited about that. Probably for number 5, I would say mastering the finish line. I think when you're growing up in your 20s and 30s and you're so focused on work and school and goals and college and having a family and getting a house and doing all of the achievement things that you want, that I think one of the things that I regret the most about that time was not paying attention to the journey. And I think now that I'm over 50, I am more focused on the journey than I am the finish line. And I think really that's just made it more, it's kind of made me more present every day in my life. And so when I'm doing something, I'm not worried about how I'm going to get to the end zone. I'm worried about, am I going to enjoy this moment with this person? And is this the best time? Am I going to enjoy this moment and with this person? And is this the best utilization of my time? Like, that focus has become so important to me that I tell my husband all the time, it's all about the journey. It's all about the journey. Just because you may not be excited about the finish line, get excited about the journey. Take every moment and make it precious. If it's a dinner, stop and just look around you and see the people that you're with and how you enjoy spending that time with them. Because really, it's about meaning more than materials when you're getting over 50. So a little recap. I would get rid of the negativity. I would stop people pleasing because it really serves you no purpose. I would get rid of the mentality to not trying new things, because now is a great time to try new things. And I would also stop ignoring my personal wants. Start focusing on what it is that you really want. And lastly, I would absolutely stop focusing on the finish line and just enjoy the journey. Focus on the journey. I promise you, your gratitude will increase if you focus on the journey. This new adventure in life, it's pretty awesome, and I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you are too. Like I said, feel free to subscribe, and hope you have a wonderful, blessed day.